Hey there, I'm Benny from BennyCakes.com, and this is my first vlog of 2012. Make sure to stay tuned because in this video we'll be talking about the challenges I'm going to be participating in 2012, my January TBR, and we'll also be going over all the information about my huge Stephen King giveaway that I'm hosting on my blog. So make sure to watch the whole video. I'll try to put all the information down below, and yeah, thanks for watching. For my challenges for 2012, I thought it would be fun to kind of revisit some of my old Stephen King, and I also have a whole lot of duplicates, which I'll be talking about the giveaway I'm going to have for my extra copies at the end of this video. For the challenge, for my Stephen King challenge, I'm really just challenging myself to reread some of my old Stephen King books because I haven't read most of them since I was in high school. So I thought I would do Sunday posts on the blog. I'm calling it Sundays with Stevie. Some of the posts on Sundays will just be about what book I'm reading at that time, but some of them I'll be showing some of the books that are going to be going in the giveaway box. And like I said, there'll be more information about this Sundays with Stevie giveaway at the end of the video. The second challenge I'm going to be doing in 2012, which is really like the main challenge, is my Goodreads challenge. Every year Goodreads puts a thing up where you can post how many books you intend to read that year. My overall reading challenge for 2012 is going to be 52 books. I figure one a week is totally doable since if I really like a book, I can read it in a day. I set my goal at 52 last year and I missed it by like a book and a half. Everybody was screaming at me, you know, read a children's book, do whatever you have to do, and that was kind of cheating. I read kids' books all the time, but I don't include them in the challenge because they're not a challenge. So my main reading goal for 2012 is going to be 52 books. It sounds totally doable. It's a book a week. At one point last year, I was like 14 books ahead. But what happens is if I don't get ahead at the beginning of the year, like say within the next couple of months, I won't be able to do it at the end of the year. Because from October to January, I'm so busy. I really don't do anything other than deal with family and holidays and all of that mess. So in the next couple of months, I'm really going to try to get a jump on my 52 challenge and try to get myself positioned where I know I'm not going to fail at the end of the year. So we'll just see how that goes. I'm also challenging myself to at least 6 classics during 2012. I'm calling it the Clash of the Classics. I was going to challenge myself to 1 classic a month, but I'm finding that it's really taking me a long time. Like a book I can usually read in a day. Say a 400-page book I can read in a day. However, I've been reading Dracula. This is like the 2nd week. I chose Dracula as my first book for the challenge because I figured I'm going to have a hard time with the challenge anyway. I wanted to start out picking something I was pretty sure I was going to like. I'm about 50% of the way through Dracula by Bram Stoker. It's a good read. I thought I had read it before, but I don't remember a lot of the stuff that's going on in the book, so maybe I'm just remembering the movie. So 6 classics throughout 2012. I figure that's 1 every other month. If I can't read a book in 8 weeks, something is wrong with the book and not me. Do you know what I mean? The last challenge, I don't know. I've not really Googled. I don't know what everybody else is doing this year. I did, in one of the groups in Goodreads I'm on, they're doing a name challenge, and it's got a horror twist on it because it's a horror reading group. So basically you take the letters out of your name. So mine is Bunny, so my letters will be B-U-N-N and Y, and you find books with that title that starts with that title, and that's what you read for the challenge. So in my case, I need to find 5 books that start with the letters Bunny, and they all need to be in horror genre because I'm doing this for the Horror Aficionados group on Goodreads. I do think there is a name challenge that's like a general challenge where as long as the book's title begins with the letters in your name, then they're okay. It doesn't matter what genre they are. But I thought it would be fun to do the one for the horror group because it's my favorite group on Goodreads. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know what I'm going to do for the Y or the U. Like, what book starts with U? Under the Dome's the only thing I can think of, and it's freaking huge. So, I don't know, but that is the last challenge. So I'm doing Stephen King classics, 52 for the year, and the Name That Thing with a horror twist. So those are my challenges for 2012. I would love it if you are doing some reading challenges, if you would comment below and let me know the challenges that you're doing, because like I said, I haven't really Googled. I don't know what everybody is planning on doing this year, and I would love to know what some of the other challenges are. So comment below and let me know. For my January TBR, I'm trying to keep the TBRs really light. That way it'll give me a lot of leeway to do other things throughout the month. I don't want to feel like I'm getting choked down. Toward the middle of last year, I put so many things on my TBR at the beginning of the month. I felt like I couldn't really work in anything else. And that becomes hard when you have, things that you want to read, but you feel like you can't do it because you have already said you're going to do other things. So for my TBRs this year, I'm keeping them real light. I'm going to try to keep them 5 or less. That way I have room to work other things in, especially since I got a Kindle for Christmas, and there are tons of books out there that I normally would not have picked up otherwise that I've been sticking on the Kindle. So I want to have a little bit of leeway where I can play around with my Kindle too, if that makes any sense. So for my January TBR, I'll start out with the books that I have backed up for review. I'm actually running on about a 3-month, about a 3-month backup. Books were kind of coming while I really wasn't doing anything, and I haven't just sat down and read. So I have a whole lot of catching up to do, and I'm going to try to spread it out so I don't feel choked. The first thing for review I need to finish Wanted Gentleman Bank Robber. This is by Dane Batty. I actually had a giveaway for a copy of this a couple of months ago. I started reading it, I think I got to like page 60, and then that's about the time my life kind of got crazy. So reading a non-fiction book wasn't that entertaining, and I just couldn't. Like, I would pick up a page and read a paragraph, and then my mind would start to think about all the other stuff I should be doing, so I wasn't getting very far. And rather than try to stick with it and then end up not liking it at the end and give him a bad review, I thought I would set it aside until a time where I wasn't so stressed that I could actually sit down and enjoy a nonfiction book. Now that the holidays are past and my house is almost back in order, I feel like I can sit down and kind of read a nonfiction book. So I'm going to be picking this back up in January, get it finished, and get the review up. I feel like an ass because I haven't put the review up yet, and I've had this thing since like September. But again, this is Wanted Gentleman Bank Robber by Dane Batty. It has won tons of awards, and if I remember correctly, I think he just signed a movie deal. So this is going to definitely be an interesting read, and as soon as I finish what I'm reading, this is going to be the next thing I pick up as far as the books I have stockpiled to review. The next book that I got for review is Chill Run by Russell Brooks. This is the nicest guy. He is on Twitter. I think Dane is on Twitter too. He's on Twitter. I think it's Niche Publishing is what his Twitter thing is. So add him on Twitter because yeah, what was I saying? Oh, Chill Run by Russell Brooks. He's a really nice guy. His Twitter, I think, is Author Russell. This is another thriller. He sent me his other one, which I reviewed a while back, and that review is already up on my website. I'm not sure what this one is about. The other one was about like not a Marine, but like a secret agent, James Bondy kind of guy. So I'm assuming this is going to be about the same. I was really excited about it whenever he said he had sent a next book because I thought his first book was good, but as a new author, newer authors, as they get more used, especially indie authors, as they get more used to the process of writing and putting out more books and more books, each one seems to get better. The first one was pretty good, so I'm thinking this one's going to be, just a little bit better. So I'm kind of excited to get into this, and I think I'm almost sure his Twitter is Author Russell, but he does have a website. I'm sure if you Google him, you'll find him, or you can go to my website and look in the book review index, and his first book's review is already on my site. So check this out if you like adult James Bondy kind of, you know what I'm saying. I'm a girl. I don't know how to explain to you. Yeah, the last book that I have that I'm going to try to work in that was sent to me for review is Bastion, the Prequel to War. A.L. Collins is also on Twitter. I think the account is A.L. Collins 2011 or 2012. This is a high fantasy book. He sent it to me to ask me to review it, and he also thought maybe Bub would like it, so I'm going to try to get my son to read it. He sent a ton of swag and bookmarks and stuff. So we'll be having some kind of little giveaway after I read it, especially if I read it and I really like it, then we'll for sure be I'll have a swag giveaway or something. He didn't send an extra copy of the book, so I don't have extra copies to have a giveaway with, but I don't know if I really like it. I might email him and beg him. But he is also on Twitter, and he's young. I think his profile said he was like 18 or 19. So I'm interested to see how well this goes, because not that there's anything wrong with us older people, but it seems like the younger people have not necessarily a better imagination, but a more like they're willing to work more stuff into their stories. Like an adult sometimes will put some stuff in and then take it out and be like, nah, that's just crazy. Won't nobody believe that. A kid is more willing to put that stuff in and leave it in, and leaving it in is what makes it new and fresh because it's something that's not in every other book. So I'm really looking forward to reading this and seeing how it goes. Okay, that was all the books that I have that were sent to me for a review that I need to get done this month. The next things that I'm going to get done this month is actually, I'm in the middle of reading for my Classics Challenge Dracula. It's free on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. It is a classic. I think it was originally written in like 1892 or 1897 or something like that. I don't remember. I don't have the info pulled up in front of me. But it's Dracula by Bram Stoker. It's a free download on Amazon. You can't beat that. It's about vampires, which everybody loves. It's getting good use out of my Kindle. It's going to help me get through the Classics Challenge, because even though I've got classics on my wish list, I can't make myself buy them when there's all this new flashy stuff in my face. Like I go with the intention of picking up a classic, and the flashy covers of the newer stuff get me, and then that's what I end up spending my money on. So I'm definitely going to get use out of the Kindle for the classics.